I swear to God, TikTok investors are a different breed. Every time I come across a finance clip on TikTok, the guy's always talking like he's unlocked the secrets of unlimited wealth. Until you think about the advice for more than 3 seconds and realize that it's mainly fraud. And if it's not fraud, it's the dumbest thing you've ever heard. So today we're going to look at some of the worst financial advice on TikTok, because genuinely some of these investors shouldn't even be allowed anywhere near a calculator.
Let's say I had to have $60,000. You go to a bank, you say I need $61,000. They then say, okay, here's your credit. This is what we'll give you or won't give you. Or do you have an asset that we could leverage against? Well, what do you think that I used as my asset?
Usually if you want to borrow that much, you'll need a big asset like a house. Like, you're not going to get $60,000 on an asset that's worth less than that.
I used my paintings.
What? What paintings does he have? How much are they worth? Also, who the hell decides the value of a painting?
I said, well, I have these paintings. What people don't know is anytime I did a painting, I would have it appraised. And once it was appraised, I could then get insurance on it.
So you're telling me he does his own paintings, gets insurance on them, then gets the bank to give him money for his paintings? How did nobody think of this? This is genius.
So when the bank seen it, they were like, okay, we'll give you $60,000. So here's my collection of paintings. Here's my asset. I can borrow against them. I now get the $60,000. I buy the tattoo studio.
Crazy. Yeah,
and here's the
funny.
thing. Oh no, please don't take my paintings, because I couldn't do it again.
Yeah, you could just paint more.
I could repaint them again.
Literally infinite money loop.
If you think
that's
about
funny.
it, it's kind of a hack way
Infinite money glitch.
of selling your paintings.
And I can't believe every single other person in the entire world is working to get money. And this guy is just drawing paintings at home. What an absolute genius. But let's be real, unless you're like some really famous artist like Banksy or Leonardo da Vinci, rip, there is no way a bank is going to loan you $60,000 for a painting you just made. Like, can you just imagine a bunch of people drawing paintings like they did in class and taking it to the bank and be like, give me money please, taking my daughter's artwork to the appraiser and insurance company tonight? Dude, this guy's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got so many paintings, you can make like $300,000. But what if you don't have any paintings? Well, here's how you can get a platinum Amex card.
It's actually super easy to get the Amex Platinum. You just have to lie about your income.
Okay then can't you just lie as much as you want? Say you make like $1 billion a year, and then the Amex Platinum people will give you like $1 billion limit. Then you borrow against that money, you put it in the stock market and get like 10% investment. So you make $100 million on that $1 billion. You pay back the $1 billion loan, and then you just make $100 million profit. You know, I joke about this, but Warren Buffett actually did something like this, and he made like hundreds of millions of dollars per year. For free. It's just that regular people that aren't known as the world's greatest investors cannot actually get those resources, and no bank is going to loan you billions of dollars for that.
When I was 18, I got an Amex Platinum. I just said I made $700,000 a year. Really, I was unemployed. And this is
There's just one flaw in his plan. They're not going to approve you. As soon as they look at your information, they'll see you don't make that much and you're lying. Also, apparently, you can just pay a fee to get the Amex Platinum card. Getting a Platinum Amex by lying about your income just means you get to pay $695 a year to pretend you can afford the card.
Every 15-year-old kid should be doing this right now. If you're getting an allowance of $300 a month, buy
What type of kid is getting a $300 per month allowance?
a piece of real estate that pays you $30 a month.
What? There is no single piece of real estate that you can buy for $300 that makes $30 per month.
Only use the 30, don't touch the 300.
But how would a young, normal person get money?
Allowance, side jobs, side hustles.
Okay, let's say you do get the money. Where do you find the property for $300? Like, sure, you can buy like a real estate portfolio type of thing, but they don't pay 10% per month. Here's the piece of real estate you can buy for $300. Sure, you could probably buy it for $300, but it's not going to pay you $30 per month. Hang on, isn't that like an outdoor toilet? Also known as a dunny? Actually, this could make $30 per month. All you need to do is make sure that there's no other toilets around and charge like $5 per entry.
The main reason why people aren't millionaires, in my opinion, is because they're looking at money from the wrong angle.
Let me look at it from the side as well. Maybe the other side.
They're saying, how can I make $1 million a year? When they should be saying, how can I make $2,739 a day?
I've been asking the wrong question my entire life.
If you think like that, every day you hit that goal, you'll hit the yearly goal.
People hate him in the comments. Like, why stop there? Let's say you want to make $1 million, $2,739 per day. Or divide this by 24, you only have to make $114 per hour. Actually, let's go even further. Divide this by 60. You only need to make $1.90 per minute. How hard could that be? But the cool thing is that you actually can make that much per day. There are tons of people actually making that much. To be fair, I don't think the easy part is putting it in the calculator. It's actually doing the work that it takes to get you there and developing the skills.
So how do we make money from home?
So basically, I just trade stocks on an app called Robinhood. Here's my strategy in a nutshell. I see a stock going up and I buy it, and I just watch it until it stops going up, and then I sell it, and I do that.
That's so genius! You just buy the stock when it's going up and sell it when it's at the top, and then you profit. Like, why did nobody else think about this?
That over and over, and it pays for our whole lifestyle.
So what do they do if the stock price keeps on going up after they sell? Like, do they buy it again, hoping that it's gonna get even higher?
If you're wondering how much you can make doing this, in this month I turned about 400 into 14,000.
Literally better investment returns than Warren Buffett and Nancy Pelosi.
In this month I turned less than 1,000 into 20,000.
Hang on. So if he can make 1,000 into 20,000, why doesn't he take that same 20,000 and turn it into like 400,000? And then turn that 400,000 into 8 million. And eventually you'll have like unlimited money. To the guy who crashed into my Chevy Cruze, thanks for the Chevy Spark. To the guy who crashed into my Chevy Spark, he gets it more injured every single time. Thanks for my M3. To the guy who crashed into my M3, thanks for the M4. Like, by the end of this video, he's gonna be in like a full mummy suit. To the strange fire that took my M4, thanks for the i8. Bougie. To the mysterious like the 8th i8. He even has a neck brace now. Thanks for the Aventador. And that's the final upgrade, hey. This has to be a parody, there's no way this is real. And meanwhile, the insurance company is just wondering, how come this guy keeps on getting in accidents? Also, doesn't the insurance company pay for the value of the car? And not more than that? So how is he upgrading cars?
So I paid Patch Up at David 150 grand for 4 hours of consulting. I was trying to explain to him what my current business, which was a sales training and recruiting business, still business I have now, was not going to scale. He fundamentally just didn't understand anything that I was saying. And
like, can you imagine paying $150,000 for 4 hours of someone's time? And then they don't even understand what your business is and how they can help?
at one point he just kind of looked at me like I was stupid. And he just goes, dude, there's billion-dollar recruiting companies. There's this company, pulls up Google. He's like, there's this company. And he's like, so I'm kind of having a hard time understanding why you're so adamant that your company can't even scale to 9 figures, let alone $1 billion. And honestly, I just had no response.
The response is, what do I do? Sure, I can believe that I can get there. But how? How do I get there? That's what you're here for.
Take that same $50,000 out of a 401k.
Okay, starting strong. Taking money out of your retirement account for, let's see, what is it? What is something that is so good that you have to do that?
Take it out of an IRA and put it in a property. And let's just say theoretically that you could make that property produce 35%.
35%? Like, even in some of the highest growing markets, like Sydney, even they still don't grow at 35%.
Now, your financial planner is going to say that is so unrealistic. Who on earth can every year produce 35%? And I'm like, well, on my last 7,000 projects over the last 2 decades, that's what I've averaged.
So he must be a billionaire by now, right? Let's see. Chris Cron net worth, let's see. Currently estimated his net worth is around $10 million to $65 million. Like, surely if he's getting that good returns, he would be a billionaire by now, right?
And so what ends up happening is that $50,000 over 20 years doesn't triple. It 27x's. That would put it at 4.3 million. But that's at a...
And let me just double check that math. 50,000 times by 27. So that is 1.35 million. How do you get to 4.2?
That would put it at 4.3 million.
4.3.
But that's at a 25% ROI, which is my minimum standard. Because we actually average 35%, it's not 4.3. It's over $17 million.
So according to his own logic, he should have way more money.
This is exactly how you are going to make a ton of money off of this war happening in the Middle East if you do this one thing.
So if a war is gonna happen anyway, you might as well make money from it, right? It's not like you can stop it. So let's hear the strategy.
Everybody watches the headlines, smart investors watch the contracts, and that is what you can do too. Modern warfare runs on missiles, and missiles are single use, and in the
missiles, drones, surveillance, and a whole bunch of other stuff.
First 24 hours of war, 1,000 missiles were fired. That's not just strategy, that's inventory that eventually needs to be replaced, and fast. So, who builds them? Lockheed Martin. They're one of the largest US defense contractors and a major missile supplier. And they are deeply tied to government spending. So when orders need to be replenished, in this case, we just had 1,000 missiles get fired at Iran, then somebody has to benefit from this as their production ramps up.
So Lockheed Martin would be making more profit now, huh?
This is a long-term investment strategy. You need to buy and hold for the next 12 months a little bit of Lockheed Martin, or otherwise known as LMT.
Okay, let's search up Lockheed Martin stock price. Lockheed Martin stock. Also, let's try and figure out when the war actually started. When did the war in Iran start? February 28th. So let's see what the stock price was at Feb 28th. So their stock price when the war started was literally at their peak, and now it's down around 21%. So if you followed this strategy, you would be down so much money. But to be honest, it kind of makes sense when you first think about it. It's just that it doesn't actually work out in real life. Somehow, even when the company should be making more profits, their stock price goes down 20%.
I taught my kids how to start a vending machine business. I told them a vending machine costs $2,000. It costs $200 to restock the vending machine every week. So the first thing that you need to do, you got to earn $2,000. Dad, how am I going to do that? Do all of these projects at home and you can earn the $2,000 plus the $200 of food that you're going to stock it with. Okay, Dad, what's the next thing I do? You're going to every week put $200 of food in it and people are going to buy that food for $400. What's your profit? There's $200 left over. I said, great, now that's called profit. You do that every single week, how much are you gonna make in a month? That's $800.
Hang on. Like, sure, the math can make sense, right? But the main thing about vending machines is, where the hell are you gonna put them? Why would someone else let you put your vending machine in their place when they can actually own the thing? And if they want, they can pay someone to replenish the goods and keep more of the profit. Plus, if you actually had your own vending machine but didn't own the location, you would have to pay like rent. So your profits wouldn't even be that high.
If you pay $2,000 for the vending machine, how long will it take to pay it off? Dad, it'll take about 2.5 months and the vending machine will be paid off. I said, good. Now you have a business that is free and clear. What should you do with your next profit? Dad.
Buy another vending machine, then scale up to like 10,000. Eventually you own the entire vending machines in the entire world.
Buy more vending machines. Here's what my kids learned. Basically bought them into a business that was all paid for inside of a year. Now they're making more money than the average adult in America.
Vending machine owner here. Almost no locations do $800 per month. A good location is $400 per month. Step 1. Have a parent that gives you $2,000 for doing a few chores around the house. Like, sure, you can do this, but the main thing is, it's pretty much impossible to find a location for a vending machine.
I want to own 10,000 companies. I own 400 right now. And I have a private equity firm that's now racking up every week new companies.
Is it real estate stuff or what's the?
Private equity, everything.
Okay.
I want to own companies in every single industry.
Wouldn't it just be easier to buy some index funds? Like, the entire point of index funds is buying a share in pretty much every single company. So you buy one thing to get the exposure in every single thing that they have. Also, why stop at 10,000? Why not 100,000? Why not 1 million?
People are always complaining about how expensive housing is. They say it's so unaffordable, they can't afford it. 20% down is too much for them. I think they're just making excuses, in my opinion. But let me tell you why. How much is a 20% down payment on a $1 million house?
$200,000.
$200,000? $200,000. Okay. Let me ask you this. How many kidneys do you have? 2. Now, how many kidneys does the average person need to survive?
Well, technically you only need 1, but I'm pretty sure selling your kidney is illegal.
1.
And let's say you do sell your 1 kidney. What is the strategy to make more money from that?
How much do you think that you could sell a kidney for in the black market today?
No idea.
250? 300? 350? We'll say 250. You take your kidney, you sell it, $250,000. You take that $50,000, you put it in your pocket, you don't even look at it. You take that $200,000.
Yeah, you can put it back here in the places where your kidney used to be.
$1,000, you put it on a down payment on a $1 million house. You rent that house.
You know, out of all the TikToks we've seen so far, this is probably one of the ones that has the highest likelihood chance of actually working. Except instead of the kidney, you should probably find a different way to get that money.
For 3 years. 3 years. You make your money back. You buy your kidney back. You reinsert it back into your...
Can you imagine going back to the person who bought your kidney, being like, hey, I want to buy back my kidney, but the guy still also needs the kidney to survive, so he's not going to sell it back.
Your body. Now what? Now you have 2 kidneys.
Literally free money. You get your kidney back and you get a free house. Like, it's a win-win.
And you have a $1 million asset.
But let's be honest, if you followed financial advice from TikTok, you'd probably end up like this guy. POV, my brother moved out 3 months ago to become a stock trader, and now he is explaining to my parents why he has to move back in with them.
It's not funny, Mom. Buying Cracker Barrel stock at the time, Mom, I thought I was gonna make millions. It's not funny, guys. It's a good stock.
Cracker Barrel, it went down 54%. Like, he could have literally bought any AI company stock and it would have gone up.
That's the thing. It does not matter.
The Cracker Barrel went down because the food wasn't good.
Every customer is 95 years old and they can't think.
Okay.
Hang on, if every customer is 95-year-olds and they can't taste, isn't that like a huge business problem? Because, let's be honest, 95, you don't really have that many years left. So your entire customer base would not exist in a few years, and then the stock would automatically tank.
How much did you lose?
122,000.
122.
1980. Okay, you guys, where am I sleeping, Mom? Where am I going?
This has to be a parody. But you know, the thing is, if that was true, he would actually still make money if he shorted the stock. That way he would make money when the stock price goes down. So that was the video. Make sure to subscribe to feed my ego, and YouTube thinks that you like this video next.